What if I told you a single rocket launch could tell us everything about the future of spaceflight? Well, a recent SpaceX mission did just that. And it's a huge sign of a new, super fast space race that's happening right over our heads. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's start with this number, 45 hours. Just let that sink in for a second. In the world of spaceflight, that is a game changer. But what exactly does it mean?
Yep, that's the new record for launching 2 Falcon 9 rockets from the exact same pad in less than 2 days. I mean, this isn't just a cool stat. It's completely changing the game for how we get to space. And it's happening right now.
So, how on earth did SpaceX pull this off? Let's take a closer look at what this new record really tells us.
You know, the crazy part is, SpaceX isn't just beating other companies, they're basically in a race against themselves at this point. They shattered their own previous record, which they'd only set a month before, by almost 6 full hours. That's not just chipping away at a record, that's a massive leap in how fast they can operate.
And the real MVP here? It's gotta be the Falcon 9's first stage booster. This was its 13th successful flight and landing. Think about that. This reusability, this ability to fly, land, and fly again, that's the secret sauce. That's what makes this incredible speed possible. But this incredible speed isn't just about breaking records for the sake of it. Nope. It's a critical piece of a much, much bigger plan. An absolutely massive project that's already changing what our night sky looks like. And yeah, that project is Starlink. You've probably heard of it. It's SpaceX's wild plan to cover the entire planet with high-speed internet using this giant constellation of satellites. But to build something that big, you have to launch a lot. And then launch some more. And when I say a lot, I mean a number that's almost hard to wrap your head around. Since 2019, we're talking about nearly 11,000 Starlink satellites launched into orbit. The scale of this operation, it's just something we've never seen before. So out of those almost 11,000 satellites, a huge chunk, over 80%, are already up there doing their job. And with more going up all the time, you start to see why SpaceX is basically in a constant state of launch. This incredible pace isn't just for show, it's the engine that's powering this whole Starlink mega project. And what's the result of all this? Well, just look at this. It's complete and utter dominance. Last year, in 2025, SpaceX launched 101 times from Florida. Their closest competitors managed a grand total of 8 launches combined. This isn't just being in the lead. SpaceX is literally rewriting the rules of the launch industry, and everyone else is scrambling to keep up. Okay. What as dominant as SpaceX is, they're not the only ones lighting up the sky over the Cape. It's actually getting pretty crowded out there, with a bunch of different players all fighting for their own spot in orbit. And this is where the new space race really starts to get interesting.
Yeah, think of it like a new race to the stars, but it's different this time. There isn't just one finish line, like getting to the moon first. Now everybody has their own unique destination, their own goal. We're talking commercial internet, top-secret national security missions, and even deep space exploration, all launching from this same strip of coast.
So let's break down who the main players are. You've got SpaceX, of course, the commercial workhorse with its Falcon 9. Then there's ULA, the United Launch Alliance. They're the go-to for the Pentagon's most important national security missions, using their powerful Vulcan rocket. Blue Origin? They're aiming for the moon, building their huge New Glenn rocket to support their lunar lander. And then you have NASA, leading the charge back into deep space with its absolute monster of a rocket, the Space Launch System, setting its sights on the moon and eventually Mars. See? Everyone's got their own lane. All right, so with all that going on, what's coming up next? The launch schedule for the next few weeks is absolutely packed. Let's get a little peek at what's on the horizon.
Yeah, this non-stop record-breaking pace, it's just the new normal at Cape Canaveral. The schedule is a total whirlwind of activity, with all kinds of different missions lined up, ready for their turn to fly. And just look at this lineup. You've got more Starlink missions, of course, then a super important national security launch for ULA, and then the really big one, Artemis II. This is huge. It's the mission that's going to send astronauts flying around the moon for the first time in more than 50 years. And as if that wasn't enough, SpaceX is right behind them with another crewed mission heading to the International Space Station. Now, here's a little inside baseball for you space fans. That Crew 12 mission is scheduled to launch from Pad 40, the very same pad that just set that 45-hour turnaround record. Now, why is that a big deal? Because crewed flights almost always go from the historic Pad 39A. Making this switch shows an incredible amount of flexibility, which is really a defining feature of this new era. Oh, and get this, the launch date could even get moved up depending on when the previous crew comes home. Things are moving fast.
So when you look at that 45-hour record we started with, you see it's way more than just a number on a stopwatch, right? It's really the heartbeat of this new age of spaceflight, an age that's faster, more crowded, and way more diverse than ever before. This new era is, without a doubt, super exciting, but it also brings up some pretty big questions. With the Cape getting this busy, what is this next space race actually going to look like? Is all this activity going to lead to amazing new collaborations, or is it going to spark some fierce new competition? And what's the ultimate prize this time around? I guess that's the story that's being written right now, one launch at a time.